Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Noelle and this is the home stretch of our Adventures with Noelle series where I am opening up 6 different advent calendars with you day by day. I feature one of the calendars each day, so because there are 6, each of them has gotten featured 4 times or is about to be featured for the 4th time. We are on our Lady M calendar. Now I always try to have an edible calendar because I feel like those are the most popular advent calendars if you're not sort of in the beauty box world. This time around, I went with one that I thought looked beautiful. I've heard really great things about the company. I know all about Lady M's sort of signature crepe cakes. I've always wanted one for my birthday, hint, hint. So I went ahead with this one, but it has been a bit of a disappointment, mostly just because of the value. Honestly, if this box had been like half the price, and so each of the little itty bitty bonbon morsels had been more like 50 cents instead of $1, then maybe we would have been a little bit more gracious with our evaluation of it, but it has been a bit disappointing. But it is the one being featured today. It was $78 plus $18 in shipping. I did have the option of picking it up and foregoing that shipping cost at my local store, but I wanted the ease, and also I feel like for those of you where you don't have a Lady M confectionery or storefront nearby, like I had to put that into it because you would probably be ordering it and having it sent to your door. There was a little bit of tax, so my total price was $101.68. So there were 24 days, which means that on average each day I paid $4.27. So I'm even rounding down, saying that each day is $4. Obviously, we are largely paying for the packaging, which we did get this beautiful gift bag, so this would definitely be a fun gift to receive, but you'd have to have a very wealthy benefactor or giver who was giving this to you. There was like a little bit of an ingredients card that was glued to the back, but I don't know if it was meant to be taken off because I actually had to peel it off. But this is sort of the sleeve, this hard cardboard sleeve that the advent calendar came in. So it almost looked like, I have it upside down. It almost looked like a big ornament because it did have this little like pull tab, like you could hang it up somewhere. But I understand having this hard case to protect it in shipping, for example. But again, it's really nice, beautiful color, kind of glossy, kind of embossed. But I feel like a lot of the cost of the box went into that, which is not something that I can really reuse. The design of the box, as we've said, is really cool. So you open it up like this. It has a magnetic closure. You pull it open. Ta-da! And it's almost like a little village. One thing that I wanted to show you guys, so they have all of the boxes, and you know, anytime there's 6s and 9s with advent calendars, sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, especially if it's like a calendar that you can turn around. So all of the numbers except for 16, that's going to be over on this side. If you were facing the calendar upright, all of the numbers were facing one way, but then do you see 16 is upside down? But all of the other ones face the correct way, except for our pointy one, which is day number 24. So we're waiting to see, but I do think that there is actually, I think that there is going to be an ornament, a custom ornament in here as our final day. I'm a little bummed that it's our final day because, as you know, I feel like ornaments should come a little bit earlier in the calendars so that you can enjoy them on your tree, because maybe you're like me and you like to get that tree down right away and start the new year fresh. I know most people leave their, if you're really a traditionalist, you leave your tree up until Epiphany, so you would have a couple like almost 2 weeks still to enjoy it, but usually my live tree is usually on the downhill side, so I'm anxious to get everything packed back up and start the new year fresh and feel like my home has had a little revival. So we are on day number 20. I cannot believe that we are on day number 20. Let me see if I can find it upside down. Where's day 20? Okay, so day 20 is this little triangle down here at the bottom. I'm pointing at it. So we're gonna open that up. Again, it's a beautiful design, kind of cool how it opens up like that. However, these boxes don't come off. I'm sure you could rip them off of the base, but then they wouldn't be in the greatest of condition. It's not really a reusable design, honestly, unless you were putting little, I don't know, I guess you could roll up cash in there if you really wanted to, but it is kind of cool. It's very like Inception, right? The way that it folds into each other, how the boxes fit, but it has been a little bit disappointing. Like I said, if this box had been like, I don't know, maybe even a $50 total price, well, that would be about half. But if it was like $58 and then plus the tax and the shipping, I would be like a little more forgiving because they have really put a lot of money into the presentation. They did not tell us which days go with which, but they did include this sort of guide that tells you a little bit about the morsels that are inside. Some of them we've had to just kind of guess what they are. So, which is a little bit challenging because then even though we did have that ingredients booklet, right? If there's something that you have like allergies to, you would want to be sure which item it was to look up those ingredients just to make sure. But this is what we got inside of day number 20. All 4 of these little bonbons. They are very green. So this is what they look like. Again, $4.27 per day is what I paid, friends. Yes, indeed. That's what I paid if you include the tax and the shipping. So that means each of these little nuggets is actually $1, actually more than $1. So let me go ahead and open it up because my voice sounds much better, right? We're almost back to full force. So by the new year, I should be totally good. But you are probably by the end of today's filming, I'll be a little bit scratchy again. I am guessing that, ooh, I didn't cut it far enough down. So much empty space in that bag. I do feel like even with those tiny boxes, they probably could have gotten like 6 of those little balls in there each time. So I think this is the matcha crunch. That would make sense with that green color, which I don't usually think of that being like an enticing chocolate dessert, but matcha crunch, crunchy and sweet cereal balls dipped in a matcha infused white chocolate coating. I'm not usually like a big matcha person. I do like it in desserts because I can feel like it can be a little bit lighter and more delicate, not super duper sweet. We have had something else with like a crunchy cereal inside. I think it was like the speculoos crunch. So this is our other crunch. We had there's a red velvet crunch, which we have not had yet. So that's going to be on one of the last 3 days because this only has 24 days, which I know is like the traditional Advent thing because then in theory you have gifts to open on the 25th. And in theory, if you're actually giving a 12 days calendar, that 12 days starts on the 25th, so you should have some other gifts. But if you're like me, I feel like a lot of us buy these Advent calendars, and when they're for ourselves, we would like that extra gift underneath the tree. Because I know a lot of you, those of you who have like won giveaways from my channel, and we've been doing a ton of giveaways this month. I know quite a few of you, because there's not too many presents under your tree, have been wrapping them up and saving them. So I hope those don't disappoint. But speaking of which, let's try this out. All right. It is crunchy. I know you guys can hear the crunching. I'm sorry about that. Definitely has a nice light matcha taste. Oh, one of the balls like rolled off on my counter. I'm like, oh no, I can't lose $1. Let's see. It's delicious. It's very matcha, which it does have a lighter, more delicate flavor, but it is very matcha. So if you are one of those people who is not a matcha fan, you would probably not be a fan of that particular day. Let's move on though to Liberty London, which I think is the fan favorite so far in the comments. Don't forget, you guys, we should have our quiz posting maybe today. Maybe today. There should be a link. Or tomorrow. If it's not in the description box right now, it'll be in there tomorrow. And you can enter to win a little grab bag, a little mystery bundle of some items from here if you're one of the top scorers. So this is day number 20. There's those gold numbers that are so hard to see sometimes. Here's our shred that's gotten all smashed up into one corner. And inside from from Liberty London, we have our Charlotte Mensa, Manchetti hair oil. All right, that's cool. So I guess it's just a hair oil. It's just like a little itty bitty one. We've gotten quite a few hair products throughout this Advent series. If I have time at the end of the video, I'll maybe look it up on their nice online list of items, but it is going to be the featured box tomorrow, and they do have a day on the 25th, a drawer for us on the 25th. There's only 2 of the calendars out of the 6 that actually have a 25th day. So, okay. So hair oil, we know how to use that just to like give your hair a little bit extra moisture. I usually like to use hair oils on the scalp, even though that's like the oily part, and give the ends a little bit of love as well. So just kind of massaging the whole thing in there. Of course, the print is real small, so I'm going to have to look that up online. But it does, I don't know if it even has the directions. All right. Does it say? It says a small amount through wet or dry hair and massage. something, and then style. Okay, let's move on to My French Country Home, our most expensive calendar. This is not the prettiest wrapping. I mean, it could have gotten a little bit jostled in transit, but this is just a bag that they've rolled up, stuck that label on there. Oh, look, the ribbon like comes off this time. That was exciting. I didn't have to cut it. Usually I have to cut it. Let's see what we got from My French Country Home, which you guys were, like me, very excited about yesterday's. I was really excited to see what you all thought of it because yesterday's was pretty good. I have a feeling that this is another antique item that we have already received some of in a past quarterly subscription box, because the quarterly subscription boxes, that is one of the things that I think is the coolest, is that they search all over France to find us an antique item. We've gotten cake slicers, we have gotten little cordial glasses, we have gotten wooden spoons, and now we have a few more of these silver napkin rings, and they are all mismatched. Mine, ones that I got in my quarterly subscription box, I actually had the one that was like printed with somebody's name in it. These are both very simple in terms of the shape of them. They're just simple cylinders, but one has this like sort of badge on it, or like almost like a coat of arms, and then this one has just some like nice engraved scroll work. So this one is more engraved, if you guys can see it, and then this one has like, it's actually raised, so there's actually like you can feel it with your fingers. So we got two of them. They are very, very similar, at least in height and style, but it's kind of fun because I did hold on to those other two, I think. Let me know, for some reason I sent them to you, but I think I held on to them. And now I have a set of 4, which is great. If you were a subscription, if you were a subscriber, then you would have a set of 4, and you guys know I love things to come in sets. I feel like a set of 4 for something like napkin rings is the best, and they're all kind of mismatched, and that's kind of cool. So, antique napkin rings or antique egg cups. Egg cups were another thing that we had gotten in a past subscription box. So I'm actually glad that I got the napkin rings, because I think I saved my napkin rings. I hope I did. I hope I did. If I sent them to one of you, I need them back. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would never do that. But I hope that now I have a set of 4. That to me is a little bit more useful than the egg cups, even though the egg cups are beautiful too. I know I have the silver egg cups, but these look like they might be real silver because they have a little bit of tarnish. So you can decide if you want to keep that sort of antique look or if you want to polish them up nice and bright. I like to polish my silver up nice and bright. All right, moving on from My French Country Home to Papier. Ooh, sorry about that sound, you guys. These boxes are just so beautiful, but they are not like the hardest cardboard. So you could definitely save some of them that are this bigger size and use them as gift boxes, and maybe just put a sticker over that number 20, unless it was somebody's 20th birthday. But other than that, I don't know that I will reuse them. So they have these little tab closures sometimes, which can be a little tricky to get into. But Papier, oh, this is cute. So it is a little mood calendar. So you can see it's a little desk calendar. So it's meant to stand up. And then here it is on the front with a little spiral top. I think that's cute. So it's a daily moods and helpful tasks. Oh, so for example, this says, I feel happy. And then underneath there's a to-do. It says, plan something to share with those you love. I don't know if you're supposed to like flip this and like give the people that you're about to meet with that for that day a little heads up. I feel tired. I think I would just have mine stuck on this all the time. So like, I feel tired. Don't come to me with stupid stuff. To do. Find time to rest and nourish your body. But I think it's supposed to be a little more prescriptive. So you flip through and be like, which one do I feel? Like, I feel excited. So make plans for the future that spark joy. So it looks like maybe we've got maybe 15 of these, maybe 20. I'm not sure. They're pretty hard cardstock. It's kind of an interesting thing. So you have to like flip through each day and find out your task. I feel loved. All right. I don't know that it's gonna get that like really prime real estate on my desk, in all honesty, but it is kind of a good reminder or a good little distraction when you need like a little break from your work day, maybe. All right, so that's cute. It's cute. I don't know. I haven't been like super wowed by anything from the Papier calendar. Maybe the fountain pen. There was another regular pen that was really pretty. The value just hasn't been like super impressive, but it also wasn't a super expensive calendar for the beautiful packaging, reusable packaging. But I don't know that I would use that, honestly. Let's see, from the White Company, we have kind of a medium-sized box from them. They had all different sizes, but it's probably going to be another one of their samples. It is, ooh, this sounds like a good scent, tuberose and cashmere. This is their bath and shower gel. So these are usually, I think, 1.7 fluid ounces in the pretty plastic bottle that kind of looks like glass and silver. Tuberose and cashmere. I love tuberose. I think it is one of the few floral scents that's very strong that I also like, that and jasmine. It's not super strong, but I have noticed that with a lot of the White Company items, like the scent is not that strong until you burn it. If it's candle or if it's a lotion, put it on your body. So I have a feeling that once you get to suds in with this, it'll probably give you a little bit more of that tuberose. So it says tuberose, jasmine. Oh wow, we got two of my favorites, and cashmere woods. I don't know what cashmere woods are supposed to smell like, but maybe they just mean like woodsy. Like when I think cashmere, I think sweater or goat, which I don't want anything to smell like a goat, personally. All right, you guys. And then finally, we have our Fresh calendar, which was already featured yesterday. So just a little guy from Fresh, probably another one of their samples. This is the most, I think, egregious calendar in terms of giving us a whole bunch of samples. So not really living up to me in terms of the value of what I paid. So it's probably one that I wouldn't repeat. I think that I have discovered over the last 2 years doing this series that I really like. They're hard to find, but I do really like lifestyle calendars. Liberty London is primarily beauty, but it does have a few lifestyle items in it. And I also really like calendars like Liberty London or My French Country Home, where there's a variety of brands and it's not just from one company, like the Fresh calendar or the White Company calendar. I'm surprised the White Company hasn't done more of a lifestyle box because they do have other items on their website, for example, from their company. But last year we had, for example, the L'Occitane calendar, we had the Beekman calendar, and those were, it's just like a lot of the same stuff, you know? So it's really just a way to explore and try different products from a company that you have to know you already really like, I think. Okay, so, and I think for future edible calendars, I would also take that into consideration and look for something from like Williams-Sonoma, like the Chuck's one, just to have more variety. All right, so here we have a little itty bitty face oil elixir. It is again from the Crème Ancienne line. I guess it's like, you know, I think this whole line is meant to make you look not ancien. It says intensely nourishes and smooths. It is a whopping 5 milliliters, aka 0.16 fluid ounces, you guys. This is just a little itty bitty guy. So I'll try it. I mean, it feels very light. It feels like an empty tube, in all honesty. When it comes to something like an elixir visage, I feel like you don't need a lot, but it is something that you use after cleansing. Gently press and massage 3 to 6 drops into face and neck. So it's an elixir, so you press it in gently. 3 to 6 drops. I don't think there's like maybe 3 days worth in here. So not really enough to know if it's gonna do anything in my personal opinion. So, all right. I mean, I'll try it, or one of you will try it if you win it in a bundle, but not the most amazing. All right, let's just go over everything that we got on our last day featuring the Lady M calendar. For day 20, we got 4 matcha crunch balls. We got a nice hair oil from Liberty London. I'll have to look this up. This is definitely a sample size though. We got 2 more beautiful antique napkin holder rings. Napkin rings. You could have also gotten egg cups. We got this mood calendar, which I have just, it's novel to me. I've never really seen anything, but this says it all. I feel a bit confused. From the White Company, we got our tuberose and cashmere bath and shower gel. And finally, from Fresh, we got an itty bitty bit of our Crème Ancienne elixir. Face oil elixir. I do like face oils. It's interesting that the face oil comes in a little plastic tube like this versus like, usually face oils come like in dropper bottles, but I guess when it's like this little, it would all be like in the dropper bottle. stick. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought about day 20. Be on the lookout for that quiz. Thank you so much for being here for all or part of my Adventures with Noel series. Hopefully you are also catching the unboxings in the afternoon. I will still have 2 videos for you on Christmas Day, and right on into the new year, we'll still go back to having our just 1 video per day starting on the 26th at 2 p.m. Pacific. I already know what we're going to have on our first day of the new year, and I'm pretty excited about it, you guys. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you then.